kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all tryna make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And another blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, it's pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man, I get a word, yeah, this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wok, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep they glockin' with me, it was like a ball with them. We at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, tryna curse an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate maker to the Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like I'm ball with them. We at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? Hope one West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, it get hot, you catch a cold wave. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim me riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. We at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Yeah. UBK shit, man, One West. Hey. I'm a UBK nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans, it's going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, UBK shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, hey, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, hey, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Tazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects, it go I ain't trippin', I'm no drink, got bottles in a room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us, and we ain't them. I told him, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, hey, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, hey, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, hey, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, hey, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah. UBK shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man, turn up. We gon' do this shit the UBK way, not the other way. You hear me? Yeah.
Lucky. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. All right, yeah, that's 12. All right, got the chat up. Who is this? He said bums. Already. In the chat. Hey, that's what happened when you have Vegas. Vegas be having all the the nut jobs. Coming into class talking mess. That's crazy. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua brought a thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, the thumb by Shem Yahshua to the sisters. The water for y'all tuning in. The water for y'all in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Get your questions, comments in. Let's get that algorithm up. You know what I'm saying? The water for the brothers in the class today. Young man in the class. Them brothers in hand. Consistency. Gonna get this started up, y'all. We good. Everything good. All right. Starting off. Questions, comments. I know somebody in the chat got a question. Comments, something. We starting early today. Any questions, comments in class? If y'all got questions or comments in the chat, go ahead and put them in. What we got? We got my brothers.
I got a question.
2
Samuel 15 and 18. When it talks about the Cherethites and the Pelethites and the Gittites.
2 Samuel?
Yeah, 2 Samuel 15. Is it Hebrews or is it Israelites?
Let's go. Read 2 Samuels. Let me see where we at in this. Hey, Shalom Christ, sis, what's going on? Read like 2 precepts ahead of it.
Okay. 16?
Is it 16?
Yeah, it's 2 above 8.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 16. And the king went forth, and all his household after him. And the king left 10 women, which were concubines, to keep the house. And the king went forth, and all the people after him, and tarried in a place that was far off. And all his servants passed on beside him. All the Cherethites, and the Pelethites, and the Gittites, 600 men, which came after him from Gath, passed on before the king.
So your question is, are these Israelites?
Right.
No, they're not Israelites. The actual nations, though, I'm gonna need to get with Tabawan about that.
Right.
So if you can bring that question next week, I can give you the actual who we call them today.
Okay.
But no, they're not. Those are not Israelites.
Right.
Because we know Israelites are what? 12 tribes, right?
Right.
12 tribes. Now, could they be from that city? Just like men of that city? No, I think these are heathens, but I'll get with Tabawan and see exactly who these nations belong to. Just remind me. And I'll bring it to you next week. Any other questions on that?
I got another question on Zechariah 14. Zechariah 14, verse 1 through 3. I want to know, is this a future prophecy, and who are the women that are going to be ravished? Is it our women, or is it heathen women?
Go ahead.
I know fake Hebrew Israelite groups, they got a teaching or a belief that we're going to be able to ravish women in the kingdom, or great heathens in the kingdom, or something to that extent.
Okay.
So I was wondering, is this the scripture they get that from?
Go ahead, read for me.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, starting at verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and the spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished. and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Verse 3, then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, and when he fought in the day of battle.
All right, let me see.
So I'm kind of confused when it says, I will gather all nations against Jerusalem, and the city shall be taken. That's the city of Jerusalem taken, right?
Yeah, you're talking about Jerusalem. This is a.
And the house is rifled. Those are the houses of the city of Jerusalem.
Yep. Let me get the Merriam definition of ravished. The Merriam-Webster definition.
This is the Merriam-Webster definition of ravished: to seize and take away by violence, to overcome with emotions such as joy or delight. And then there's another one says to grape, and another one says to plunder or rob.
Okay, so yeah, it's being taken away violently.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, we were taken and, you know what I mean, what's the word? I hate using the word grape.
Essay.
Yeah, essay. I mean, essay is a different word, is a different definition,
right,
than grape. Essay is like, you know what I'm saying, you assaulted, but it's like YouTube got these words that, you know what I mean, you can't say certain words, so it's annoying not being able not to say, but well, having to say grape. But yeah, grape. So we were graped during the time period of our captivity, but it wasn't like something that was like it was from our oppressors doing. It wasn't like something that was like, you know what I mean, it's not something that was naturally meant for it to happen to us, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's something that our oppressors do. Our oppressors, they got that sexual deviancy, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they take advantage of people and stuff like that. But it wasn't like a prophecy that we were supposed to be, you know what I mean? We were supposed to be taken away violently, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? But that did happen to us though. But we already know our oppressor, he did way more than, you know what I mean,
right,
the Lord intended for him to do. Like, we were supposed to just be overran and, you know what I mean, and conquered. We weren't supposed to be brutalized in that type of manner that our oppressor did to us. You know what I mean? Which is what we're gonna get into pretty much this whole class is, you know what I mean? So it's a good lead off into what we're gonna talk about. So like your sir question, who came from the Maccabees, the Sadducees, or the Pharisees? Who came from the Maccabees, the Sadducees, or the Pharisees? Just a second, we'll get to it in a second. We'll go to Maccabees in a second. But yeah, so you had a question?
So like in this like chapter, does that mean like we're gonna do that back to them?
Okay. What's the preset? Let me see. Let me make sure I ain't got it in my notes for class tonight. Matter of fact, we'll just go to it. Let me see.
Because there are fake Hebrew Israelite groups that teach that, right?
There are fake Israelite groups that teach that essaying is lawful, but we'll get to the precept right now that it is unlawful.
Right.
Let's see. No, that's not it. Go to Isaiah 49 and 24 real quick. Let me see if that's the precept. 49 and 24. 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 49 and 24.
49 and 24, sir?
Hmm?
You said 49 and 24?
Yeah, 49 and 24.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 24. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered?
No, that's not it.
Oh, no, right?
What? To not that you can't? Yeah, yeah. It's
Can't take a woman by force.
yeah, I'll go to it right now.
Right.
So like I got so many like freaking precepts coming at me right now. I'm over here trying to find all of them. Let me see. My mind is not working like it should be right now. I am so tired. Find what's the precept when we take them out of their secret places and put them in chains? Could you look that up? You got that in your notes? My freaking mind is so bloody. It might. Let me see. I'll go to it for you. It is. Check Psalms 18 and 45. If I can't find it right now, I definitely got it in my notes for class tonight. So if we can't get it right now, we'll just get to the topic then. So I can't think of a precept right now. My freaking mind is so foggy right now. I'm super tired.
You said Psalms 18 and
Go to Psalms 18 and 45.
the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 45. The stranger shall fade away and be afraid out of their closed places.
You know?
Verse 46. The Lord liveth, and be blessed. Be my rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted.
Okay, that's not it. I want the precept where it says you take them. We'll take them out of their what is it? The secret places and in chains. It's pretty much talking about the prophecy what happens when the day of judgment comes. That's probably where it's at in my notes is the day of judgment. But I'm gonna get this topic cracking. But for as far as the precept you were asking for, let me see. Let's see. Go to Deuteronomy 22 and 25. This is why it's extremely, extremely important to take these notes down on these precepts, man. Because
Right.
you're gonna have one of these days where it's just like, oh my gosh, like you can barely even think. And this is where it comes in the most handy at, because it's harder to just always be on your P's and Q's all the time. I'm telling you,
Right.
it's gonna be them days where you just need some sleep. Go ahead, read that precept.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
Yeah,
It's
Deuteronomy.
the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field.
Okay, so this is the precept you were speaking about when it comes to the graping portion of it. Like it is unlawful to grape. Yes, fake Israelites teach this, but because they do what? What do fake Israelites do that we don't do? It's a lot of examples out there.
Right.
But what would you say that is? It's a lot of examples, probably from each and every single fake Israelite camp. There's an example of this. Why would you think that they would say, Why would you think they would say that graping is lawful?
Because they really don't keep the law.
True, but why would they say that? Why would they want graping to be lawful?
Because that's what they really want to do.
Boom. So what do? They follow their sexual deviancy. They follow their lust, their sexual desires. This is why they lust for graping to be lawful, because they want to grape. This is why they try to add in minor women can be married.
Right.
I can't even say women, minor children can be married because they want to be with minors. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the law or what the Bible says. This is just somebody's own fantasy trying to put it in the scriptures. That's it. No different than Christian church. None of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But go ahead and read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
So a lot of people get misconstrued into the situation of thinking that, a woman, if she is caught lacking, she's at fault. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what the situation is. If a man forces himself on a woman and he assaults that woman and takes something from that woman, that's a punishment that is punishable upon death.
Right.
You don't get away with that with a slap on the wrist. You getting executed for that offense.
Right. So
to feel like that, if that can happen and it's if it's punishable by death, why would fake Israelites think that it's lawful to do to heathens? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
First of all, we're not even supposed to be sleeping with heathens.
Right.
Regardless. I don't even want to say the camps by name, but it's particular camps that teach that you can have concubines and that are heathens and this and that. Right. The Lord does not change. Just how that man and his family had to be punished because he you know what I mean? Oh no, that was the one that took the garment. Just like that man had to be slaughtered because he laid with that Moabite during the time period we was at war. It's the same offense. You know what I mean? The Lord does not change. You should not be laying with heathens, and you should not be graping anyone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are death sentences.
Right.
Is there any more on that though? Read that one more time though, so we can get a full understanding of that. So
this is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Right. So a fake Israelite will try to take the word betrothed and try to make it seem like, oh, well, she's single, you can do it. No, you can't take nothing from a woman at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not taking anything. Nobody did it. You know what I'm saying? The only person who did do it that I know of in the Bible was King David's son, and he was punished by death. Right. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life because of that action that he took. He did the same offense and he lost his life.
Right.
So it's an offense punishable by death, and you're not supposed to do it. It's not in the law. It's disgusting to even want to do that. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But was that it?
Yeah.
So let's get into, just so I can find that precept, because it's going to irritate the crap out of me if I don't find it. Let's go into this topic where we talking about what's going on with our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of current events. Anybody know in the chat? Current events. These fools acting crazy. And y'all got any? I know you got the one with the ICE agent unaliving the lady.
Right.
What else? Well, they've unalived a couple of people.
Unalived the brother too.
Right. it's just the news is just focusing on the lady because
Exactly.
she's white. You know what I mean? Nobody really cared when our Hispanic brothers and sisters was all being unalived not too long ago, or
Right.
still to this day, and nobody really cared because it was us. You know what I'm saying? But now that, and that's what our oppressors in general completely like. That is just their spirit. A lot of our oppressors try to make it seem as if we shouldn't have a complaint of what's going on with our people, what's happened to us in the past, this, that, and the other. And the reason why they come with these things about us is because it doesn't benefit them. Only when it benefits them is when it matters to them. They can talk about, oh yeah, I'm a good person, and I wouldn't enslave you or your family or anything like that. And you know what I mean? And not everybody's a bad person, and God loves her. They can say all this nonsense, but at the end of the day, in their heart of hearts, in their character, in their genetics, they only speak on the things that only pertain to them. If it's beneficial for them, then they keep themselves quiet. If it's detrimental to them, then they'll speak out loud. The only reason why Trump is in office is because they felt that it was a benefit to their people that white supremacy overruns the government.
Right.
They felt like so what is it? I came up with that analogy. Our oppressors like it's like a lion that's full. You know what I'm saying? A lion that's full, and then once he starts to get hungry again, that's when he becomes back into his nature of hunting. And right now, our oppressors just full off our poverty, our enslavement, our imprisonment. You know what I mean? Our being impoverished. Like they're full off of all that, but now that they're starting to get a little concerned with their supremacy, now they're starting to show their true colors. Now they're starting to get a little bit more hungry for oppression, which is why they're in Venezuela, which is why they're in Cuba, which is why they're in Mexico, which is why they got ICE coming out here and snatching people off the streets, is because they feel like their supremacy is being challenged. You know what I mean? So now they're beginning to hunt us. Right. Exactly, sir. You know what I mean? So now they're hunting us because we are putting their supremacy in it's becoming in a detrimental position right now. You know what I mean? Our Hispanic brothers and sisters can't stop having kids. What happened in the time period of Pharaoh when we was procreating at a large rate, and Pharaoh started to get concerned because our numbers was becoming too high. It's no different than what's going on with Trump and America. It's the same thing. As soon as our numbers starting to get high to a point where they feel like we will rebel against them, they start to unalive us. They start to snatch us off the streets. They start to, you know what I mean, try to take our babies. That's what's going on. Now, you can come across these so-called civilized white people these days, and they will make it seem as if they don't have the same ideology, but at the end of the day, it's still white supremacy and what's the embetterment of their people. And once that starts to become to come at question or become in a stage of detriment, then they'll start to show their true colors. And that's what you see. Now, a white woman was unalived, and now ICE is the bad guys now. ICE wasn't the bad ago, you know what I mean, when they started flooding these streets and started harassing, you know what I mean, blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? They weren't a bad thing. They weren't considered something that needed to be protested or fought against. Now that their people have been harmed, now ICE is bad. Now we need to protest. Now we need to get the algorithm up that this is a terrible structure put out by the government and they need to do something about it. But they didn't care. They didn't care before. So it's the hypocrisy of our oppressors. You know what I mean? They have that mentality. They have those characteristics that if it's only in their benefit, then they care. If it's not in their benefit, then they don't care. White people do not want to help Hispanics or Black people.
Right.
We have to get that out of our spirit. We got to get that out of our mind. They don't want to help you. They don't wish the better for you. They don't want to see you on top. They rather see you exactly where you are. And as soon as you start to get into a position where it seems as if you could overcome their position on top, then they're going to support their supremacy. That's just what it is. That's just how even brothers who choose to have white women, you know what I'm saying? As soon as they feel like their white establishment is being challenged, what are they gonna do? Get a divorce, take the man's money. You know what I mean? Prenup or no prenup, they get whatever they want. That's just the nature of our oppressor. So our people being so damaged and wanting to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? When you in love with your abuser.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. Our people so caught up in Stockholm syndrome. We want to save white people more than they want to save themselves. We want as soon as we hear God doesn't love everybody, we want to cape for white people, and they don't even want the time to even have that conversation because they feel like their God is white. So how does God not love white people if they feel like God doesn't love all people? Because if he loved all people, then that means he loved Black people, and they can't have that. You know what I'm saying? As long as Black people and Hispanic people are on the bottom, then they know that their white God is still thriving and still loving them. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when you go out here and you tell people that, I mean, the white man's the devil, you know what I mean? Christ was Black. You're putting their supremacy against the wall, and they feel a need to want to have to attack and protect. You know what I'm saying? That's really what's going on. White people, they are like foxes. They are hunters, they're predators, but they come at you with a smile on their face. They're not coming at you in an aggressive way, roaring and barking and, you know what I mean, chasing after you. They come with a smile on your face just like a fox does. That's how a fox hunts. Like, he comes at you with a smile on his face, act like he's friendly, and then once he get close enough, that's it. It's already too late. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with our oppressors.
All right.
So let's get into some precepts. I got a couple. This is more so just like for your notes, but we're gonna make this real quick though. Where we at right now? 8:05. Okay, we got some time. So let's get into Genesis 36:1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, and Aholibama, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of the Zibeon, the Hivite.
Okay, so we won't go through his whole generation, but when you want to get into the what's the word I'm looking for? When you want to get into the story of Esau, or get into the generations of Esau, you'll go to Genesis chapter 36. Okay, Esau being the progenitor of Edom, the nation of Edom being white people. Okay, just as simple as that. The cave folk. So let's go to Genesis 25:19.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son.
I should not be doing this.
Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife,
Mhm.
the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian.
Mhm.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb,
Mhm.
and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So now we get into, like, you would think, like, a lot of people try to tell you, okay, because both white people and black people came from Isaac
Right.
and Rebekah. That means that we are family and that we are somehow related and together. But the thing about what people don't understand is that the Lord creates nations. If it wasn't for the Lord putting some separation between us, we would all be related. You know what I mean? Because we all come from Adam. But at the end of the day, the Lord makes separation because he's the one who dictates what people you are going to be, what people are favored, what people are not favored, what's your characteristics, what's not your characteristics. All right. So we both came from Isaac and Rebekah, but at the end of the day, we were separated before we were even out of the womb. We were not the same people even before we were out of the womb.
Right.
We were fighting before we were out of the womb. We hated each other before we came out of the womb. That's just the beginning of blacks and whites. You know what I'm saying? That's how it starts off. So let's go to Malachi 1:1.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So Malachi is getting into the difference of favoritism when it comes to who the Lord chose. Okay. Jacob is God's favorites. That is his children. You know what I mean? Esau is who he hates, and they were specifically made to be hated. The Lord made Esau, or the nation of Edom, to be hated, and very much so, because doesn't the world hate him? You know what I mean? Doesn't the world hate Esau? Isn't the world in shambles right now because of Esau? Isn't the world at war? Are we at the brink of pure destruction when it comes to World War III?
Right.
We're at that destruction because a nation who is not loved is running this world. A nation that is built to be hated is running this world. And now the Lord is exposing why they should be hated.
Right.
This is why they should be hated. They should be hated because look at their being. Look at their existence. They've been nothing but a issue. They've been nothing but a problem since they've been on this planet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even the Bible says that the world will rejoice when they're out of rule.
Right.
It's not just going to be blacks and Hispanics. Everybody's going to be happy that this supremacy is out of rule.
Right.
Has no more power over this world. Everybody's going to be happy. Why? Because when you see Donald Trump take oil tankers and unalive fishermen boats, you say that it's a bad thing, but you can't do anything about it. When you see Putin dropping bombs and ballistic missiles on Ukraine, you see that it's a horrible thing that's happening, but you can't do anything about it. When you see Israel dropping bombs on Palestine and starving those people, you see it's a bad thing, but you can't do nothing about it. But the world will rejoice when these nations are out of rule, when these oppressors are out of rule, because those things won't happen. Those things won't need to happen. A power that is so great is coming to this world that nobody's going to want to ever test it ever again in history. Nobody will ever want to test it. Nobody's going to ever want to say, okay, well, we need to come against Christ's kingdom. Nobody's ever going to want to say that. Christ is going to show so much power when he comes to this earth that people will remember it forever. It's going to be such a destructive day. It's going to be such a day of chaos that people will never want to test the hand of and anger the Lord again. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Where was we just at?
Malachi 1.
All right, we got a couple, so let's just keep it moving. So Malachi 1, you know what I mean? It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Go ahead and read 4 real quick.
Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
So there's absolutely nothing they can do to get back into their seat. They're gonna try, just like they're trying to build a military to go against Christ right now. They call it the space army. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to build a military because they know Christ is coming to crack the sky.
Right.
They know something is coming. So this was on Donald Trump's last term. He started the space army where they're getting prepared to fight whatever's coming from that sky. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not going to happen. It's just not going to work. Whatever they're coming with is not going to be enough. It's not going to be an inkling of enough.
Right.
Let's go to. Yeah, go ahead.
If I may, I hear a lot of people when they bring these scriptures up, I hear a lot of people say, well, that's past tense because it said hated. So he loves Esau now because he did hate Esau, but he hated him, but now he loves him. But this scripture cuts that because it says he has indignation forever.
Yeah,
Esau.
That's true. And also, the Bible doubles down on this. Let's go to Romans 3. It's not something he might say the past tense as if like he used to. Nah, he's not saying it like he used to hate him. He's saying it because this is what the scriptures say. You know what I mean? The Lord said that he loves Jacob and he hates Esau, and it's written throughout the whole Bible.
Is that Romans 9?
Let me see.
Romans 9:13.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it was Romans 9. Let's see.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So this is not past tense. This is not something that's saying, oh yeah, this is written throughout the Bible. This is just what the Lord says. It doesn't mean that he changed his mind and he doesn't hate Esau anymore. He still hates him. As long as they still exist, which will be for a short time, he still hates them.
Right.
Let's go to Isaiah 63:1. Matter of fact, because I want y'all to have all the precepts on this. Go to 2nd Esdras 6:6, and we'll just go down each precept, and we'll just be real quick with it.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
Mhm.
Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8. And he saith unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So this is getting into exactly what's going to happen once Esau loses its time at rule, which is coming at hand. You know what I mean? And rightfully so too, because they did such a terrible job ruling this world. It did such a horrible job ruling this world. But this is getting into the time period, because when you say that the end of the world is coming, it's the end of this world, but this is going to be the beginning of the world that's coming, which would be Jacob ruling. Okay, is there any more on that, or are we good?
Verse 10. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Esdras, asked thou not? Yeah, I guess that's it on that.
Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, let's go to Revelations 19 and 15.
So Revelations chapter 19, verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of Almighty God.
Keep going.
Verse 16. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
So this one's supposed to be, that's Revelation 19 and 15, right?
Revelation 19, 15.
This one's supposed to be that Christ is coming to destroy other nations, but
right.
Let me see. Oh, it's 12 and 13.
Revelations.
Yeah, 11 through. Give me 11 through 14. The same. Revelations 19, 11 through 14.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
So this is a description of the day of the Lord. Okay. This is the thing. The day of judgment is not what our oppressors have taught us. Our oppressors have taught us that the day of judgment comes when you die, and when you die, you go up to heaven and you receive your judgment, whether you're a good person or a bad person. And regardless if you are a bad person, as long as you confess that Jesus is Lord, you still can come inside. You know what I'm saying? That's not what the day of judgment is. The day of judgment is happening right here. You're not going to feel it as a spirit. You're going to feel it in your physical form. You know what I mean? You are going to feel pain. You're going to feel heat, fire, vapor. You're going to feel the pain of death. You know what I'm saying? That is what's going to come on that day of judgment. It's not something when we were told, oh yeah, if you're a bad person and you die and go to hell, that's folklore. That's a fairy tale. It's a bedtime story.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's something that somebody made up and it was passed down from generation to generation, like the boogeyman or the La Chupacabra, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But it's a bedtime story. So the day of the Lord is actually coming, and it's going to be a day of judgment for all those who put their hands on God's people.
Right.
And then also all those who laid with, enticed, idol worship, and indulged into the idolatries and the lifestyles of people who have touched God's chosen people. So that's why it's important for us to wake our people up so they don't have to feel the sting of the judgment that the Lord has for his hatred for the nation of Esau and the nations who have had a hand into into God's chosen people's destruction.
Right.
We're trying to wake our people up so they don't have to feel that sting, but our people, they want to follow our oppressors. It's a rightful thing that the Lord wants to commence judgment on these nations. It's a rightful thing. We look past it now because we don't see the lynchings in front of our faces no more. We don't see the castrations in front of our faces anymore. We don't see the enslavement, the brutality. We don't see it. We think that the captivity that we live in is normal. We think that it's a way of living that is just a normal way of living. We don't know what it's like to be on top. We don't know what it's like to be at rulership. We don't know what it's like to have our own say-so on our dictation on what happens in our families and our lives. We live according to the what's the word I'm looking for? I won't even say that. I'll say we live according to our oppressor system on how they want us to live. Go to work 12 hours, 16 hours, come home, barely be able to pay your bills, and continue to keep working until you die. That's it. We think that's normal. We think it's natural. We think it's a natural thing and that it's supposed to happen like that. No, our oppressors, whatever they have judgment that is coming, the destruction, the fire, the vapor, the unaliving, that is righteously so. But we tend to forget. Now, let's go to a little reminder. What these people have done to us. Let's get a little reminder, okay? Let's watch this video real quick.
They cut off his genitals and made him eat them and say he liked it. Then they sliced his sides and stomach with knives, and every now and then somebody would cut off a finger or two. This is a quote of Claude Neal's last hours. A black man, unalive for a crime he did not commit. Red hot irons were used on him to burn him from top to bottom. And from time to time during the torture, a rope would be tied around his neck. He was pulled up over a limb and held there until he almost choked. And when he would be let down, it would begin all over again. Then his body was placed on the front bumper of one of the cars and driven to the Kennedy farm, carried as hunters transport a dead deer or swamp pig. The corpse was dropped a few yards from the Kennedy home, at which time it was attacked by women and children. Some of the children reportedly plunged sharpened sticks and knives into his neck. The bereaved family had been promised that once Neal was delivered up to them, the women would have first crack at him, followed by the men of the family. But the killing by the Committee of Six had thwarted the family's need for revenge. Standing on his front porch, the girl's father, a weeping old man, complained that the mob had done me wrong since he had promised that he would have the first shot at Neal. One newspaper reported that Neal was hung from a tree on the Jackson County Courthouse lawn after he had been slashed and pew-pewed into mincemeat. Some of the many photos of his disfigured body were printed in newspapers around the country.
So, I mean, Salaki, I know the visual is kind of like real messed up, but it's more of an audio thing. But yeah, so this is nothing that is this was something that we thought was a way of living too. When we lived into that chaos, when we would watch our people being set on fire and barbecued, and you know what I mean, like eaten, uses alligator bait. We thought that was just a way of living, just like we do today. We think that everything our oppressor does to us is just a way that we're supposed to be living, but it's not. This is captivity. This is oppression. This is living under the foot of those who hate you. And at the end of the day, when you see destruction come to this place, it's rightfully so. It's his righteous judgment. The Lord is a righteous judge. He's going to commit so much destruction on this place because there was so much destruction done to his people. You hear about things like, you know what I mean? They cut the man's genitalias off and made him eat it and say that it was good. Like, come on now, who does that? Who does that? What kind of wicked person does something like that? But it's always been within our oppressor's nature. They've always had some type of fetish with chopping off our manhood because that's been one of the main things they've been jealous of. You know what I'm saying? But it's their nature. It's what they are. That's what they have done. And this is why judgment has to happen. This is why the Lord is coming with so much anger and aggression, because of these things are a natural and a usual story, and sometimes worse. You know what I mean? And it didn't stop at just the man. It was the women. It was the children. It was the elderly. It was no age was off limits when it came to our oppressor. You know what I mean? You hear what they did with babies and alligators and bed pillows, and you know what I'm saying? Like you look up the history of what really was going on with our oppressor. It's amazing that we even are able to share the same space with our oppressor and not mentally like want to protect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they've done so much harm to us. It's amazing that we are been so brainwashed that we could be in the same building as them and not feel a sense of fear or awareness, at least. Like we just can be around our oppressor so comfortably. They can walk around our neighborhoods and everything like that, and yet we see our own people wearing a color that is a representation of a different neighborhood, and we are on full alert, and we need to cause harm to our people. Right. This is the problem. This is the brainwashing that they put in our people's hearts. You know what I mean? And it's about time we wake up from it. It's about time that we understand who the true villain is when it comes to this horror movie. You know what I mean? It's like you dead center in a Michael Myers movie, and yet the people, they harming each other. They unaliving each other. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. Like, you know who the killer is. You know, 7-foot Michael Myers is walking around, and this guy with this mask on, he's obviously there's something wrong with him. This guy walking around with a butcher knife and a mask, there's something wrong with him. You know what I mean? He's the one that you need to be concerned about. But that's the mentality of our people. We think that it's the ones that look like us are the ones who we should truly fear, which is untrue, completely untrue. So let's keep going. What we just do? We just did
Revelations 19.
Revelations. Dang, we about halfway done. All right, so let me get Isaiah 24 and 5.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Read that one more time. I'm just barely getting there.
This is Isaiah 24. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
So even the earth is defiled. The ocean completely polluted. The air polluted. Trees almost extinct like the animals. You know what I'm saying? They making artificial meat just to keep, you know what I mean, a food source going around. Like it's like fruits ain't got no seeds in them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how is this stuff growing? It's the earth is a lot better without this oppressor. And the Christian church can try their hardest to try to blend in and hide and shelter our oppressor and his idolatries, but at the end of the day, he's exposing himself. I got a brother, right? Me and my brother like the complete opposites. You know what I mean? I live and die for my blacks and Hispanics. He lives and dies for white people. Right? So he had a caping when the elections were going on, he had a caping series of messages on social media about why Donald Trump should be elected, why he's beneficial to the economy, why he's such a help to the nation of America, because the nation of America is getting soft and whatever. Now, I haven't seen him online for like months saying anything about anything. And it's like, why so silent now? All because this man is being his stories are being put out on the Epstein files.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's out here. Not only are our people aware and in complete madness when it comes to Donald Trump, but the world is. You know what I mean? Even his own people, because you tend to forget Donald Trump caped for white supremacy. White supremacy does not involve the Jews, because the Jews, the Jewish, they don't involve the Jewish people. The Jewish people, they see as just the same as blacks, and you know what I mean, like in that type of manner. They don't see them as themselves, even though they are. The Jewish people are the same people as white people. They all come from Esau.
Right.
But white people don't want to see it like that, because the Jewish people, they steal a lot and they don't share it. You know what I'm saying? So Donald Trump caping for Jewish people when the people that voted for him are the hillbillies and, you know what I mean, white supremacists. They don't rock with the Jewish people. So he's trying to blend Jewish people and white people together. They're not going for it. So, you know what I mean? Long story short, it's amazing how you see all of that caping and all of that. Oh yeah, well, Donald Trump this and all the, oh yeah, well, we'll put him in politics and whoop-de whoop whoop. Now it's a dead silence going on. But just as loud as people were being when they wanted to put Donald Trump in office, is how loud they need to be right now. Yes, he is wrong for being on the Epstein files and dealing with little kids, and you know what I mean, supporting Israelis when they're genocide and all the things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They should be just as openly honest, but they can't be. They are of their father, who is the devil. You know what I'm saying? Me and that brother don't share the same father. His father is a white man. You know what I'm saying? My father is right here in this community at the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? So we come from the same bloodline, but yet we share different fathers. You know what I'm saying? We might have came from the same man, but we share different fathers. But yeah, so you got all these people who came from, where were we at just now? We were at okay, so the earth being polluted. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's not really hard to tell that the earth is completely in disaster right now, but let's keep going. And this is just all to justify and to show you exactly the reasons of why this judgment needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because with all oppressors at rule, the people mourn. We already did Romans 9-13 already. Let me get Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, no. Absolutely. Nah. We still got a couple more, Salaki. Daniel, Jesus. Okay, yeah, we did Isaiah. Okay, I'm gonna get Daniel 7 and 13.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Now, a lot of people think that serving means that we're going to be singing, praising, dancing, and joying together. Servitude can be a lot of different things and goes in a lot of different ways. The servitude that other nations are going to have to serve Christ are not going to be the same as how we serve Christ. You get what I'm saying? It's not going to be like we're all in one fellowship and just all singing and praising and dancing. No. Some people, a lot of nations going to be in chains, is what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of nations in chains serving Christ's kingdom. There's going to be a lot of nations who are separated into their own territories, and yet they still have to invest into, how can I say, doing their part on their side of the world, making sure that Christ's kingdom is still as that rule. Not saying that they will be a part of Christ's kingdom, but they will make sure that the kingdom is still established. If that makes any sense. A lot of people want to make being a servant of Christ into like we all fellowship him, and that's not what it is. You know what I mean? It's that precept where it's talking about there's going to be a certain day where people have to come and bring it's a day of acknowledgement for Christ's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the tabernacles, but every nation is going to have to come and show some acknowledgement. And if the nation that doesn't, they get wiped off the planet. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's a servitude, but that's not the servitude that Christians try to bring out, like fellowshipping. So yeah, this was talking about Christ's kingdom. You stopped at 14, right? 14. Go ahead and keep going. Let's keep going and see what Daniel talking about.
This book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 15. And I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. And I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Okay, so this is talking about the vision of the different rulerships that come and overthrow the world at a certain time period. Like in his vision, it was also talking about Alexander the Great and Rome, you know what I mean, taking over, because technically we are still taken over by Rome. Right. You know what I mean? America shows you a lot that it's still Rome today. You know what I mean? Even their obsession with Egypt, like Rome had that same type of thing, you know what I mean? But it's still like we are still overthrown by Rome. We're still under that captivity. And now that is the last captivity before, you know what I mean, the Lord breaks that wheel and starts the new world when it comes to Israel being at rule. Proverbs 1 and 25. We almost done. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
That's gonna be crazy too, because that why Lord is gonna be like a majority of a saying. Like, why, Lord? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are gonna cry out, why, Lord, why? And just as they're crying out, why, Lord, why, the Lord looking at them like, you know what I mean, mocking them. Like, why, Lord, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would mock somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when it came to you having to serve the Lord right, or when it came to you unleashing God's chosen people, you had that opportunity and you didn't have at it. And because of you mocking the Lord, he's going to mock you during the time period of your calamities. When it comes to you in distress and you crying out to the Lord, he's going to mock you. He's going to laugh at you, because a lot of people laugh at God right now. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor has pushed himself up to his ego of thinking that he is a God. You know what I mean? Our people have gotten rid of the likeness of God. You know what I mean? That's all just a spit to the Lord's face. And when it's his time period, when we are, and when this place is being punished, they are going to, why, Lord, why? And he's going to be laughing and mocking them. What was that? That was Proverbs?
Proverbs 125 and 26.
Yeah, we did an Ecclesiasticus already. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 5 and 7.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, verse 5. I'm sorry, let me slack you. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. So perish in the day of vengeance.
So this is just a warning to our people. Don't procrastinate. Don't be one of them people that's just like, oh, I'm gonna get it right tomorrow. I'm gonna get it right the next day. I'm gonna quit this next week. Stop doing this next year. Like, don't be one of them people. Be the person that just cold turkeys. You know what I mean? You know that you're doing something that's gonna get into between you and your crown. Cold turkey it. Get it, because it's not gonna work unless you're cold turkey. You trying to weave yourself down like it's heroin or something like that. You're just gonna continue to keep that habit going. You need to cold turkey. You need to completely push all those things out of your life and do away with them, because that time of judgment is near, and it's not yet, but it's near. You know what I mean? So you procrastinating and this day coming at any particular time that we see in front of us, you're putting yourself in a very detrimental situation right now, and you're playing with the Lord's patience. Any day this could crack off. Any day somebody could just press the button. Oh, okay, we dropping nukes now. Oh, okay, we invading America. Oh, okay, like, you know what I mean? Any day it can happen. It can happen at any day. When that day comes, you think that the Lord is going to have his people who were faithful to him and who followed his laws and served him the right way are going to be in any type of harm's way when it comes to these intergalactic missiles.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not going to have a hair on their heads harmed. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to be for the ones who stayed righteous. But yet, for the ones who are being unrighteous and following people who they don't need to be following, you're gonna have a long, long journey when it comes to trying to play the survival game when it comes to Esau and his wars. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying their hardest not to press the button, but they already know that this time is here. I mean, China just met up with North Korea. Lord knows what they talking about. They ain't talking about they ain't talking about recipes. They ain't talking about food recipes. They're not talking about a poker night. You know what I mean? What are they talking about? They're talking about wars. They're talking about weapons. They're talking about tactics that they're going to do. This is all brewing up. So why play with the Lord's patience? Because any time period this could happen. Why follow people who don't got love for you and try your hardest to save the ones who wouldn't save you if they had that opportunity?
Right.
This is one dude, right? There was a situation that happened where it was this one streamer dude. He talks crazy about black people and stuff like that. And this black dude, the way he was speaking, I was all like, okay, that's how we supposed to talk. I'm gonna show the video right now. I got it on here. So like, hold on real quick. Now pay attention to how this brother talks, because this is the spirit that we should all be in when it comes to protecting our people and standing up for our people. Look how this brother talk right here.
To call Whack, because you think Whack, that's your man. Whack is not gonna stop me from doing what I want to do. That's just not the relationship. He's not. He know I'm gonna move on whatever I'm supposed to move on the right way. So he can talk to me. It makes sense. He's not gonna stop me. Nobody on the West, not Whack, not Big U, not Top Dog. Nobody is gonna stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do, because they know I'm doing the right things. So he could say, hey, G, and I don't know, this could get you in trouble. The difference with me and most of the people, I got no reason to, I don't give a fuck. Like, even in his thing, he like, I'm just gonna call the police. Police come after crimes, man. So when I slap you up and I do something to you, they coming after. What in the make you think if I'm saying this on this camera, nigga, I'm not running. I'll be right there when they show up. I done been to jail for selling drugs, punching on all kind of shit. And I was just fine in there. You think I'm not gonna go to jail proud that I slapped your stupid ass in the face because you keep calling this black lady a bitch on this motherfucking thing in front of the public? What in the world? I don't give a which one of these people you think you cool with. I don't give a if you cool with the president. You're not cousins. Y'all, I don't know what the that happened to where y'all exist in this space, bro, and y'all keep doing this old punk ass shit. We all ain't streamers. We not all streamers. We all don't care about maintaining a relationship. I don't care that you successful. That shit don't mean nothing. Nigga, I know you from Visalia. Y'all know where you at, and I know your people. That fast. Everybody in the streets have told me where you at. Nigga, you from my motherfucking state, nigga. And you playing this shit. You can't call Whack. You can't call the president. Can't nobody stop me from doing what I want to do. So I'm telling you again, stop disrespecting that lady. You can make all the content. I'm going to get next to you. You got fights coming up. You try to promote fights. I'm going to get next to you. All I ask you to do is respect that black lady. Do your job. Make your content. Stop calling this lady out her name. Y'all streamers keep finding ways to disrespect black people on this shit. And I totally get it. And y'all think, well, then, they fight each other. It's not the same. You are a white man. I don't give a fuck who you pray to. I don't give a fuck if it's Abraham. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You are a white man. Boy, you better look at this camera. That's y'all problem. Y'all been playing these games, and that's how y'all socialize with humans. And you've been saying all this dumb ass shit behind this game. You, Neon, all these cornball ass niggas. And y'all got all these niggas that fuck with y'all because they think y'all can provide them some level of exposure.
All right, we got the mic. But yeah, so it's this one streamer guy, and he talk crazy about black people just because he's surrounded by black people. He puts them on, he gives them their clout, you know what I mean? So he feels like he can say whatever he wants. And he was talking about SZA, the singer from TDE, Bill SZA. So he just keeps like disrespecting her, called her B word and stuff like that. And he felt like he needed to vouch for the black woman, even though, like, you know what I mean, a lot of our black women, they get out of pocket, they go above the man's hand and do some outlandish stuff. Like, she was kind of attacking him first, but the way that he was coming at her was kind of like he was bullying her. So he came in and he said what he had to say about that situation. But that's how our people should be. You know what I mean? Even though we should be able to keep our women in check and, you know what I mean, keep them in order, we shouldn't allow any nation to be able to feel like they're comfortable enough to speak against ours. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respected about what he was talking about, because he was putting out there like, you know what I mean, don't ever feel like you that comfortable where you can just say what you want about our people and just be walking up the street feeling like you safe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't nobody sit over here and try to politic me out of, oh yeah, well, nah, leave him alone. Like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I want to. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like you disrespecting this black woman, I'm about to go disrespect you. Point blank, period. And that's how we should be. That's how we should. We shouldn't allow people to make us look bad. You know what I mean? Whether that be a woman or a man or whatever. You know what I mean? We shouldn't validate bad behaviors and bad reputation, the things that'll make us look like we're out of character, but we should be in defense when it comes to other nations trying to rise up against ours. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of spirit we should have.
Right.
But yeah, the guy that was talking mess too, he's a Jewish dude too. So that's even I get that brother even more props for that. All right, so we almost up out of here. We just did Ecclesiasticus
5 and 7.
Okay, we did Ecclesiasticus 5-7. Let's see what we got left. Let me get Lamentations 5 and 8. I got a couple of more. I'm just gonna give y'all the last precepts that y'all can go through them as homework. But we got 5 more minutes left and we up out of here. Yeah, Lamentations is hard to find. It is a hard one. Lamentations 5 and 8.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that don't deliver us out of their land, of their hand.
So servants, future servants at that, they rule over us. The Lord did not make Esau, white people, to be at rule. You know what I mean? They should be the least of all. They are the servants. They are the ones that should be at the foot of every black and Hispanic. And yet we're being chased on the streets. We're being unalived by them. We're being oppressed by them. This is why it's so important for us to be in structure. This is why it's so important for us to be in obedience, because this is the outcome that can happen when you are in a stage of disobedience. When you allow certain deities to come between you and the Lord, when you allow certain lustful things and unlawful things to come between you and your obedience to the Lord. This is what happens. You can have a servant ruling over you, because we're supposed to be above all nations. We're supposed to be the salt of the earth. We're supposed to be the ones who keep this earth in structure. Green trees, good plants, good food, you know what I mean? Good air. All these things don't exist because we're not at rule. non-polluted seas. You know what I mean? Them crystal blue waters when you see the ocean, that should exist. But it doesn't exist because, at least for certain places, because our oppressor is at rule. You know what I mean? But the way that the earth is formed, certain places should be a paradise. And it's not like that. You know what I mean? When Columbus and them first all came over here, they were amazed on how beautiful the land was. You know what I'm saying? They were amazed on how beautiful the people were. And we have to find that beauty. Other than the serving of different gods, we need to be under authority, but also in a righteous state of living. But we need to find that righteous way of living now in hell, so we can bring it into our heaven that's on the way. We need to find our obedience right now, living in this hellish condition, so we can bring it with us into the heaven that's soon to come. Okay, that's the most important thing. Let me get to all right. So really, what we had was Lamentations 4:18, Lamentations 2:21. Lamentation, no, that was 5:8, or we did that. Jeremiah 13:23, Ecclesiasticus 22:6, Psalms 55:20, Psalms 83:1, Deuteronomy 25:17. That's talking about Amalek attacking at the rear. Yeah. So these are some precepts we need to adhere to whenever somebody tries to give you a speech about how all nations should deserve the kingdom of heaven. These are the precepts you can bring out when it's speaking about our oppressors, speaking about the white man, you know what I mean, speaking about the nation of Edom, why they deserve their if the kingdom of heaven was deserving for everybody, why did the Lord make someone to be hated? Why did the Lord make a nation that he hates himself, but also the world hates? You know what I'm saying? If the kingdom of heaven was for everybody. So yeah, these are all precepts that you want to bring out whenever you want to get into. If someone asks you why we feel a way about our oppressors like the way we feel about them, or why we feel like the Lord feels about them like that, bring out these precepts. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. Let me see if we got any other clips that I probably downloaded, but I think that was it.
So like, what was that one in Deuteronomy?
For Amalek?
Yeah.
That's Deuteronomy 25:17. That's when the Jewish people attacked us at the rear. They attacked women, children, and old people. That's what they do. You know what I mean? They don't attack the bravest, the strongest.
Right. That's
not what our oppressor does. They attack us from the rear of our foundation, which is through our children, through our women, through the weaklings. You get what I'm saying? And that's why they're giving the women power over the household, so they can cause destruction in the household. Right. They can use her as the object of use her as a weapon to destroy the household. That's how they get into your house. They go through your women and they go through your children.
Right.
They took away all the power of the man in the house and gave them all to the women and the children. All right. So with that, we all good. The water for y'all tuning in. The water for y'all in the chat. You know what I mean? Keeping this class going, keeping the algorithm up. We appreciate y'all. Baba Kashaw. Yeah, definitely. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Barak Thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, a thumb, Shem Yahshua to the sisters. We'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. Lord Christ.